In nature, chickens live in a complex social structure. They have distinct personalities and communicate through various means. The birds remain close together when roosting, and they spread out while foraging and exploring their environment, scratching and probing the ground with their sensitive beaks. Hens construct nests and perform a series of behaviors just before laying their eggs. Once their chicks are hatched, they act nobly and selflessly to care for their young. Chickens form positive relationships with other animals, including people. But chickens used for commercial egg production are not allowed to scratch in the dirt or to see the sun. More than 95% of the commercial eggs produced in the United States come from hens who are confined in battery cages, barren wire enclosures, which are lined up in a row, stacked in tiers, in huge factory warehouses. 5 hens are typically packed in a cage measuring just 20 inches wide, and each bird is given just a half square foot of space. Battery caged hens are packed so tightly they cannot walk or even stretch their wings. The stressed, frustrated birds are driven to excessive pecking and fighting. To reduce the resulting damage, egg producers cut off parts of the bird's beaks. This painful procedure involves cutting through bone, nerves, and soft tissue, and it can be fatal. Constantly rubbing against the walls of their harsh wire cages, the hens' feathers are worn off, and their bodies are covered with bruises and abrasions. There is no consideration given to individual birds, and millions of hens die in battery cages every year. When 2 live hens were discarded in this trash can, the egg factory's lawyer argued that its birds could legally be treated like manure. The judge asked, "Isn't there a big difference between manure and live animals?" And the company's lawyer responded, "No, Your Honor." Shockingly, the egg factory was found not guilty of animal cruelty. The inhumane living conditions of battery cages are compounded by the intense demands of modern egg production, and after 1 or 2 years in production, the hens are worn out. So-called spent hens are pulled from the cages, and their brittle, calcium-depleted bones often break in the process. Their battered bodies are typically used for animal feed or processed meat products, like pot pies or soup, where they can be ground up or shredded and the blemishes go unnoticed. Battery cages are inherently cruel, and they should be outlawed in the United States as they have been in other countries.